Where are those wide open fields with the fat yields for ETH and staked ETH? That's what you want to know. And friend, the good news is that they're here in the shade. And this is your guide to the vast array of yield strategies available on Shade for ETH and staked ETH. The freedom of financial expression that's here for you on Shade, all with data security and privacy on your assets and transactions, this is wide open. We've got things as simple as single-sided yield and as advanced as a 50x leverage long position. On Shade, you'll see both ETH and staked ETH represented as wrapped ETH and wrapped staked ETH, one version from Axelar and another from Neutron. So if you want to bridge in ETH, you can do that with the Shade bridge page directly, or at the time of this video, it's slightly cheaper to use Squid Router. If you need help, just check out the video that we'll link in the description. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about these yield options. We're gonna look at 4 of them. Number 1, you can lend ETH for yield. The current APR at the time of this video is 8.4%. That means if you mint X wrapped ETH on the lending page by lending your ETH, you're earning an APR of 8.4%. So you'll receive that token that is represented as X, wETH, X wrapped ETH. That X prefix indicates that it's a lent asset. So it's yield bearing and earning interest. Second, you can leverage long your wrapped ETH or your wrapped staked ETH. Just visit the Mint Silk page, click the asset that you want to use as collateral to mint Silk. You're going to deposit and borrow. With 3 loops at a 65% LTV, you could achieve a 4.5x long on ETH or staked ETH. 8 loops would be a 54x in your exposure to either asset. And if it's not clear already how that would work, let's just talk that out for a second. So you deposit that collateral and you've now minted Silk worth 65% of your collateral deposit. If you immediately took that Silk and immediately swapped it, then you take that ETH and come back to this minting vault, deposit it as collateral, and mint Silk again with the same LTV ratio. You've just done a loop here, a leveraged loop. That was your second loop. So obviously there's risk here. You want to be doing math and making sure that you feel good about this as a strategy and understanding all of the variables, right? Doing your own research. But what a cool example of the creative freedom that is possible here. The third option here is a little counterintuitive, but you can borrow wrapped ETH and earn from it. Right now, with the amount of incentives pushed on Shade X, you can earn by borrowing wrapped ETH. At the time of filming, you can earn 21.9% for borrowing wrapped ETH. Just subtract the APR you see here from the green Shade incentives underneath, and that's going to give you the net APR in case that fluctuates a little bit when you're looking at the site. Of course, you do need to put up collateral in the form of USDC, Atom, or Bitcoin in order to borrow. A 4th yield option is just LP. There's some really attractive pools here for your ETH, staked ETH, or your X-wrapped ETH, the lent version of the asset. Right now, the highest yield pool is at a whopping 36% with USDC and wrapped ETH. So even if ETH doubled in a year and you were facing 5.7% intermittent loss as a result, you'd still earn 30% on that liquidity. But then again, there's another strategy, another option by looking at pools on the lower end of the yield here, because you might not want to pair against a stable. Maybe you're a true ETH bull and you're really interested in a pool like wrapped ETH with X wrapped ETH, or wrapped ETH with wrapped staked ETH from Axelar, because barring a total collapse of one of the variations of the asset here in the pool, the intermittent loss is going to be a negligible factor in the equation. So 4 to 5% yield starts to look pretty nice there. And again, if you're bullish ETH and say it does a 2 to 3x in the next year, and you've been in this pool earning 5%, that's a pretty good play. Of course, none of this is financial advice. You got to do your own math, as always. Adjust your own risk tolerance for these strategies. These are just examples and options of how you might approach it. So I hope this has been helpful. Shade not only offers privacy for your ETH and your staked ETH, but you've got some pretty incredible yield options here as well. If you still have questions, comments, or just want to talk DeFi, find us on X on the official channels for Silk and for Shade. Or if you need actual support on the app, there's a question or you need help with something, click the button on the bottom right of the app to get in touch with us. You can visit app.shadeprotocol.io to test out any of these strategies. Welcome to the Shade.